So what's up everybody, it's me, True Star Screamer, and we're here with something, very, very cool. This is from Dark Crown Toys, who I believe normally does 1/6 scale figures. This is their Burning Souls figures. This is from their 6-inch collectibles line. Basically their 1/12 scale figures, and this has been a journey. It has been almost 2 years since I put a pre-order in for these guys. These came in from 5K Toys a couple days ago. The only reason why these haven't been immediately reviewed is, believe it or not, my cat ate through all my cords. That's right, she ate through the cords to this webcam, the lights, and I had to order all new stuff. So these are our new light. This is my new lighting. This is my new camera. Still have the same mic, but hopefully, well, it's an upgrade. But I digress. I've been very excited for these guys. I've looked at a few reviews. I think the first English review I saw was from T-Man978, so from Figure Action. Of course, I recommend him. But now it is my turn to give you my impressions of these awesome figures. This box is basically pure black. We get the kanji on the back, on the side, nothing on the back. We got the Hanya mask here on the side, and that's about it. This is the deluxe edition, and I am so glad I got this from 5K Toys, who of course does not sponsor me, but I get great customer service from them, so I'll give them a shout out. Alright, enough about boxes, enough about websites. Let's get this guy open and see what we have. So here we have these guys out of the packaging. I have no idea what the IP this is from. If this is an original one, if this is from a video game. If this is from a video game, goddamn, I want to play it. This is from a Chinese TV show, I want to watch it. What it's from, I have no clue. What I do know is these guys normally do 1/6 scale figures, and this is their first foray into the 1/12. The base here is just a piece of metal. As I said before, everything is magnetic, and it is a strong magnet. Go ahead and take the second body out of here, but you can see it holds everything on here beautifully. You saw it lift when I just picked up one figure. The magnets in the feet are stronger than the other magnets on his back and separate hands. But this is what you get in the deluxe package. We get one base body. We actually get two base bodies. One comes, get back here, with no hands, no head, and no shoulder pad. I like that a lot, because that way you don't feel almost compelled to not use the accessories. This is actually kind of encouraging you to use all the extra parts. And believe me, he's got a ton of extra parts, or they have a ton of extra parts. Looking at the base body here, this is immaculate. This is a gorgeous figure. Again, this fits in so many different genres. Is this from a cyberpunk, because feels like cybernetic pieces on him, this bio-organic look to him? Is he from dark fantasy? I mean, this looks like an evil elf. In fact, when these came to me, I told the guys that these were goth elves that were shipped to me, which kind of makes sense to it. Is this science fiction? These look alien. Like, again, like the carapace of an actual, the movie Alien type of thing. Those guys. It fits so many different genres. As with all import figures, I recommend hitting everything with a hairdryer first. You don't want to risk breaking anything, and again, these guys took 2 years to come here. The aftermarket's probably already skyrocketing on them, though last I checked they were still available on 5K Toys. You get the basic articulation, double jointed knees. You also get a toe hinge, which is pretty cool. That's that magnet I was telling you about. Second magnet on the back. We get a beautiful butterfly joint on here. The shoulder joint moves perfect, great T-pose. Double jointed elbow. Ball hinge on the wrist. Double ball peg on the neck. Lets you look up, lets you look down. Double ball peg on the torso, lets you move around all the ways you want to go for. So far, I'm not having any scary paint rub issues. He has the base body. We've got a shoulder pad, which as you can see is on a little peg here. And this armor is removable, but I'm not going to do it. If you go look at T-Man978's video, he does that. There's some detail underneath the breastplate, like some kind of mechanical heart, even though it's on the other side. You look at the paint on the back. I love that spinal cord on the armor. And then there's this neat little... Make sure to zoom in, David. There's this neat little no mask right here. Now this reminds me of an old live-action movie from Japan, as well as an anime prequel series called Zerum. This was on Zerum's hat, and then it reminds me, of course, like all his little creatures. That was like his weak spot. Like that was the actual Zerum, if I remember. So I think that's pretty damn cool. The basic head here, beautiful face on here, these cold eyes on here, the hair is got a beautiful wash to it, and that's the basic figure. And then you get a ton of accessories to mess with, and I absolutely love that. With our accessories, we've got some that are shared. Of course, obviously we get the second body. With both bodies that are packaged, you get forearm armor. There's a little slot on the arm here, so these can just peg right into each of the arms. You get 2 sets of these. I'll put it into one right here. Again, there's a little peg right there, there's a little hole right there, and that goes in right there, a little bit of friction, and boom, you've got some more armor, which kind of gives out a little more bulk to the guy. But you actually also get a set of bladed forearm armors, which I think is absolutely cool. One for the left and one for the right. Not elbow, so it's not Guyver-esque. Well, no, Guyver... Did the Guyver have it on his forearms? Yes, he did have it on his forearms. So yes, Guyver-esque. Beautifully painted. Again, we can take this. I'll put it on the blank body for right now. There is a distinct left and right. Well, technically it can fit on both arms. It looks really wrong if you have it on the wrong arm, because the blade looks like it's going towards his own chest. So let's go ahead and get that into here. Again, a little bit of pressure, and boom, we have the blade arm right there. So that looks really cool. Of course, you can put it on both arms, and you've got a cool close combat guy. Next, we have 2 katanas. So we get 2 of these guys, one for each body. They are identical. Just pulls right out. Beautifully painted blade. This is not metal. It's just painted that good. Comes default with weapon holding hand, so you can go ahead and put that into his hand if you choose. On his back... Ooh, I wonder if you can hear that playing. But anyway, on his back, we've got a little loop here that you have to do a little bit of work. You have to work it in. But once you work it in, it kind of slides in. Alright, I just worry about paint scrapage, I'm not going to lie, because this is painted just like the armor. So it looks like it looks like it flows perfectly. So you work your way down, and boom, there it is. And that looks solid. Whoops, knocked off the forearm piece. And we've got one for each of these guys. So I think that's pretty cool. And then we start working with the fun stuff. There is this really weird crow with also the no mask on there. So I don't know if this is a Japanese demon. I'll have to look that up. This is just a slug, so it doesn't really do much. It just kind of sits there and looks really, really creepy. And then you also get another forearm piece, because there are 2 little pegs here. And yes, there are 2 little holes here. And so that way you can actually peg this into the arm piece, and then put this on his forearm, so he will have this sitting on his arm. I won't lie, I like that better than how 4 Horsemen does it. It's just a neat, I think it's just really neat having that onto there. It adds a little bit of more character to the guy. You want to have him looking ominous on your display. I just think that's pretty neat. I probably will not display him with the weird crow thing, but I do dig it. Then we start talking the alternate head sculpts. We get an armored one with basically like a kabuto helmet, your samurai helmet. I like that the neck peg is actually in the head, so it makes it a little easier for popping on and off. Again, I would probably recommend hitting with a hairdryer first, one to loosen up the ball peg. just in case there's any paint, if the paint is tight, and 2, to hit the neck with a hair dryer, so that'll pop in and out. So we get the Kabuto one, and then we get this really awesome, like, cybernetic demon thing. Like, okay, I love my Kamen Riders and Sentai stuff, and it's so awesome when the helmet gets cracked, and that's the look that this is giving. This actually has a working jaw. It just looks, again, damaged, very wild to it, and my only concern is this hair, I bet, is going to reduce the articulation. And then supposedly there is a light in here. I think you can take the magnet to this and bring that up to it to trigger it, or maybe not. I saw people do it. I know you can also pull the entire face off, I believe, to access the magnet. Give me 1 second here. Yep, it's popping loose here. Because I need to put a magnet into there. I mean, not a magnet, to put a battery in here. No, there's a battery in there. So if I bring that up to that... Oh, yep. See, as soon as I brought this to it, you can see the lights put up on there. So then I'll put the mask back on. You know what? I'm going to edit this real quick. And there you go. The eyes do glow pretty red on here. I think that's pretty neat. But the fact that I don't know if it's because the battery is weak, the magnet is weak, but apparently, yeah, you got to take the mask off to actually activate it. I'm curious if any of the magnets here in the base are able to activate if they're strong enough. They are not. I wonder if the magnets in his feet are strong enough to get into there, to turn them up. Yeah, that worked. So there you go. You just need to find yourself a strong magnet to activate it. So whether you have it with the built-in ones or something at home, I'm going to put these lights back on. There we go. And then, again, you just need a stronger magnet, which maybe even from the refrigerator, but you can leave the mask off. So that you can leave the mask on without having to get into there. So, very neat though. Finally, we also get 2 additional masks. We get a lower half mask, which is this. I believe this is compatible with this mask. So you can kind of give them the armored samurai look, which I think is pretty cool. And then we also have the full Hanya demon mask, which I would probably put on this one. Again, there's 2 little pegs down here at the bottom of the and there's 2 little ports at the bottom of the jaw, so that just kind of fits on there. And I think that's also pretty neat on that. So go ahead and pop that. I like this a lot better than the V-Toys design because it doesn't feel quite as scary to put that on. So I could also put the lower jaw on this if I wanted to kind of give him a half mask look. And I really like that. It just kind of gives you, again, a lot of options. And just want to show the Kabuto mask with the lower jaw on there. So of that fully armored look. Next we get 2 very cool bladed weapons. These are magnetic, and so you can also take advantage of the magnet here on the back and just have it onto there. So that just leave that on there, which I think is very cool. So I can have each one with its own dagger back there, so a second blade. These, go ahead and take that out there. That's just a cool weapon design, and I would not want to be stabbed by this. This is probably much more of a defensive weapon to catch somebody else's sword and twist, possibly break it, and getting stabbed by this would absolutely suck in life. While we have over here our more basic dagger, which would also suck to be stabbed with, but a lot more offensive. Maybe even possibly be thrown. We get 3 little shurikens. I think it's a lost opportunity for those not to have been made out of metal. Because, again, when we talked about the hands, one of the hands is magnetic, and that also worked really well for storage. And then finally we get this, and this of course was in the bonus pack. This is definitely a showpiece, because there's no way he would actually be carrying this. And this opens up, literally, just split it, Again, held by magnets. So there's no real practical reason for this, unless he's like ceremoniously opening this up. The detail is absolutely beautiful in here, though. I have to say that. Again, the interior detail, they didn't have to do this, but they did. And then all this pulls out this really gorgeous bladed weapon with this translucent ruby-esque blade. This just looks absolutely vicious, and I love it. It's got, again, some circuitry in here. So is this a cyber weapon? Is this a mystic weapon? There, again, with no lore, I don't know, but I really don't care because it looks that awesome. And again, this just nestles right in there. There's a little notch for it. And then we just close it up. And boom. I kind of wish there was a way for him to actually carry this. Like there was... I mean, of course you have him just hold it by the handle there, but I wish it was like almost like a suitcase handle for him to hold it proper. Just to make it look like, alright, I'm breaking out the big guns here. You know, it looks like there should be more blades on here. Implied. But there's not. God, I love the writing on it. I really do like this. It's an absolute showpiece. But, again, the more I look at it, a little bit of paint on the edges here really would have done wonders. I'm almost tempted to dry brush it with some silver just to see what would happen, but, again, I don't want to mess up a figure like this. Yeah, I bet it would look good. 4 hands. The hands. I like to just kind of go through one of each of them. You get your kind of evil gesturing hand. You get... This is the magnetic hand. And this is what I was saying, that shuriken would have been really cool if it was magnetic to be able to put on here. This is also one you could kind of use for like Spider-Man climbing up the refrigerator. This is not as strong as the feet hands, though, so keep that in mind. We get your kind of pointing salutes, kung fu magic finger. We get another holding hand for, I guess, for the other weapons. And this is weird. You only get one of these open hands. Like, this is like the evil gesturing hand. But I'm surprised you only get one. What's also interesting, there's no pistol finger hands, which is not bad because he doesn't have a gun. But I think that's interesting that this is like one of the few ones that doesn't have it. You can maybe BS this sword hand to have a gun, but I don't mind because he doesn't have one. So I think that really works. Also, this hand works really well with the shuriken, I noticed. Do I have it floating around here, or did the carpet eat it up? Crap, I think the carpet ate my shuriken. But that also is a factor to it. Crisis averted. I did find it. So, but yes, the basic hand here can hold it. So that's pretty cool. Me being stupid, I just realized why we get 2 of these holding hands, because the other one's for this guy. So that was kind of stupid on my part. Finally, we have some shoulder options. We get another just blank shoulder pad to put if I want to make these guys mirrors of each other, which I think is pretty cool. Then we get one with a wired partial cape on there. That looks fantastic. And then we also just get a wired scarf, which all these are tattered quite nicely. So just a great way of kind of giving these figures some identity. I do want to mention that even though these are technically 6-inch figures, these guys are actually pretty big, almost 7 inches. But with their whole inhuman look to it, it kind of works. I mean, here's a Valaverse figure next to this guy, and yeah, he's definitely dominating over Pandora here. But again, with their style, it works really well, because they don't have to be human. I am very much glad I bought these guys. I mean, look, okay, I decked them out. Even though they're the same bodies, they look distinctly different. This is one of those groups I almost want to get another set. I mean, they look that good, and you can still decorate them up so differently. If I got another set, I could still make the other set still look different as individual figures. I love that. Sorry, that fire got knocked out of the way. The gimmicks work. The magnets on the feet are fantastic. I wish the ones on the hands and the back were a little stronger, but I'm not going to complain too bad. I mean, like I said, that holds the weapon, which is pretty cool. But I wouldn't mind something stronger so I could turn on the light on this guy. The details, again, like you look at the inside of these, it looks gorgeous. All over the figures, they look great. Was it worth the 2-year wait? I almost want to say it is, because I would have regretted canceling this, hands down. In my hands, I am happy. I am much happier with these than, say, the Legendary figures. Just calling it as it is. So I absolutely give these guys a full A+ on it. Just hope these pants don't bunch up too bad. That's probably my biggest concern. Which, honestly, that's not a bad thing. If that's my worst concern, I can deal with that. I could probably steam that or something later in life. But let me know your thoughts. Did you pick these guys up? They might still be available on 5K when as this review goes up. Can't promise you that. But I think they have an absolute unique look. They have a gorgeous aesthetic. They'll mix in with your fantasy, your kung fu figures, anything. You can mix these guys in with just about any part of your collection. Except for maybe, a strict military one. Ooh, I bet they would look good with my Sun Wukong. I digress. Let me know your opinions down below. If you are new here, please hit that subscribe button. Give this video a like. I got so much cool stuff on the way as always. Big Bad Toy Store is sending me more Jada stuff as we speak. And as always, my friends, until next time, take care. Peace.